Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live show with the Hoogs. We're here talking about financial independence, and they've got a growing family, a family of 4, and we're going to talk a lot about, reselling, family, and financial freedom. So we're so glad you're here. This is a monthly series where we talk about and, learn from resellers in the community about what financial independence is to them and, their strategies on retiring and things like that. Hopefully you gain something from it. Hopefully you get inspired to think about your retirement because it's important too. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. We have Connor and Desiree, also known as the Hoogs here. So give us a quick intro of who you are and how long you've been reselling and maybe your favorite category to resell.
Yeah, I'm Connor.
And I'm Desiree.
We're the Hoogs. We have 2 beautiful children, a girl who's 3 and a boy who is 7 months. We've been reselling for probably about 6 years now. I love selling cameras and electronics and more recently trading cards. What do you like selling?
Baby stuff.
Baby stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff we're good at. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
So we're going to break the ice a little bit with a quick 6 icebreakers.
Great.
You guys have Desiree Industries in Idaho. Maybe not too many, but if you could have only Desiree or only Goodwills, which one would you choose?
Probably Goodwill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Our DI out here isn't great. If there were the Utah DIs, then probably DIs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Utah's where it's at. Yeah,
They're
we've
better.
heard.
They're better in Utah. Is that what it is? They're higher quality.
So we only have one out here, so it's not great. We don't usually stuff.
But. Yeah, we have one here in Houston, and it's not that great either.
Yeah, it's just okay. Okay, so if you had all the money in the world, what frivolous things would you spend it on?
I want jet skis.
Jet skis?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
What would you spend it on?
I don't know.
Your kids?
Yeah, the kids. I love spoiling them. Honestly, to be honest, a reselling barn or something really cool where it's everything's taken out of the house. Because I'm so type A, I would like it not in my home.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Even sheds are really expensive. You can buy a $10,000 shed.
Yeah.
And it probably still won't be enough for a reseller.
Yeah.
Okay, so olives, yes or no?
I love olives.
I'm really allergic to olives.
Really? Wow.
So we've heard in a lot of cases, relationships, one person will like olives and one person will not.
Yeah.
And that rings true because I do not like olives.
Yeah, and I love olives. I could eat them every day.
So I had actually never really ate olives growing up. And when Connor and I were dating, we made a pizza together and he spelled out "I love you" with olives, and I found out I was allergic.
Oh, no.
That is something out of a movie, out of a rom-com. That is writers wrote that,
Wow.
Oh,
what a way to find out.
Wow.
So there's that. Great question.
If you won $500,000 in a lottery, would you want one lump sum or payments over time?
Lump sum.
Payments over time. Lump sum.
Why?
So we could invest it up front.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. I think that's what we would do too. Okay. Big flips or smaller quick flips?
Big flips.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very interesting. We like quick flips.
Yeah, we're quick flip.
Yeah.
But we don't have a whole lot of big sales, so
yeah,
we haven't gotten a real taste of big flips.
Right. Exactly.
It feels real good when you get that big sale.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, so the last one is, and this is one of my favorites to ask. Okay, so bugles for fingers or Cheetos for toes?
Cheetos for toes.
Yeah.
Really? I feel like you were the first. I've asked so many people that question, and everyone says bugles for fingers. Because then you could be a witch.
True. But, yeah.
I just
Not
like
the gross.
Cheetos.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't judge you. I would choose Cheetos as well. So
I
that's
would totally
fine.
choose Bugle.
Well, I don't
You'd
really
get the
eat.
orange dust everywhere, like it
That's
would be
true.
in your shoes, you
That
know?
would be pretty bad.
We're gonna say hi to a few people. The Garbage Monster, thanks so much for stopping by. We've got Yard Sales and Dreams, Danielle. We got
Yay.
Jeff over at eBay Addicts. Hey everybody. A new to us, Southern Yankee Flipper. Thanks so much for coming. Got Ginger Marvin.
Hey.
Hello, Kathy and Chris, hopefully.
And-
So before we get started, I just wanted to say that, this information is, not meant to be financial advice in any way. Don't get us in trouble. Don't get the Hoogs in trouble. And it's only for entertainment purposes. And we like to start, each one of these with a working definition, right? Financial independence is basically when your investments, savings, or passive income is greater than or equal to your expenses. And, that might mean retiring early in a way. So that also means that you no longer have to work to earn money. You get to do what you want, when you want, and how you want without worrying about money. So that's our definition of it. Do you have anything to add, or even, in your financial journey, you've always told one another, we're never going to cut this out of our lives, no matter, what it takes or how much it costs?
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good definition. Just, having the money to fit the lifestyle that you want would be good too. And not having to worry about money is
Mhm.
pretty nice. And yeah, I think the thing we wouldn't cut out would be like stuff for our kids. Anything that they needed in life, we would, want to support them
Mhm.
with that. So
Mhm.
Awesome. Perfect. So all things considered, we always consider, when it comes to financial independence and this journey as a whole, we try to value our experiences, and that's
Mhm.
totally in line with that, right? You want to have all of those great experiences with your kids, I'm sure.
Mhm.
definitely.
So, you already kind of talked about how long you've been reselling, but how does your financial independence, or how does financial independence fit into reselling? How did you get started in reselling? Was it related to trying to find financial independence? Tell us a little bit more of your story.
Yeah, we've always kind of had like a side hustle to help pay our bills and stuff. I did wedding photography for a while. I went to school for photography.
Mm.
We owned a photo booth company for a little bit. So we did
Cool.
like photo
Very
booths
cool.
at weddings and events and stuff. And then one night I just came across a Rally Roots video on him like reselling stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, that looks like fun. And
Mhm.
so we tried it and fell in love with it.
Nice.
Yeah. As far as like financial independence stuff, we've always kind of been, decent with our money. But like I'd say about 6 years ago, one of my bosses gave me a Dave Ramsey book, and I read it. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like learning how to like become, financially independent, not have any debt,
Mhm.
save up for retirement and stuff. So when I learn stuff, I really like to like learn stuff. So I dive full,
Right.
full speed ahead. And yeah, so ever since then, we mapped out our budget. We paid off all our debt. We wanted to own a home, so we purchased a home. Ever since then, we've been using reselling to it's kind of our extra income to invest and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Desiree, you were on board for the reselling and all of these things the whole time?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a thrill. You go to garage sales and it's like, what am I going to find? Like the second you go into the thrift store, it's like, I'm up for the challenge. And then it's something we get to do together.
Nice.
So it's like not only seeing the financial benefits, but also the benefits that it does for you as a relationship, as a family. Like it's just fun. It's a lifestyle.
And it helped her to quit her job, so she mainly stays home and does a lot of the reselling side. So that has helped with the whole family aspect and stuff, for her to be with the kids and us to have more time together, which is really
Yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think that's so great, because when Camilla started this business for reselling, I thought, selling used clothing and used things.
Yeah.
So to us, it didn't start so naturally or so easily
Mhm.
because she was the one
Yeah.
starting it, and I wasn't so sure about it, but I did
Mhm.
help. And so
Mhm.
that's great that you're on board with it,
Yeah.
Desiree.
Yeah, because then it wasn't until really I was starting to make money that then he was like, "Oh, I want in on this."
Yeah,
And
I
then
want to make money.
actually at first he had a separate like Poshmark closet, and at the time we were only on Poshmark, and he had a separate Poshmark closet, and then we were like, "Why are we trying to do this separately when we could just do it together?" And
Yeah.
then that was really helpful because then we split like all of the responsibilities, the duties, and things like that, and that was really where we had this like growth of all of this. But then it's kind of fun because it feels like you have this project together, you're working on something, you're building something, which is just really like it's fulfilling to do that
Mhm.
together as a couple.
Yeah.
Beyond just your home and building your relationship and your family and things like that, but to have like another kind of project to work on together, it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And as we continue to do this, we're using a lot of it to pump our money into investments and
Mhm.
stuff. So do you guys have a similar thing where you're really putting in a lot of or a good chunk of money into hopefully your retirement funds or things like that? What's your plan with some of that money?
Yeah, so at my job right now, I put in 15% of my income, and then they actually do an additional 10%. So we invest 25% of
That's
my
awesome.
That's awesome.
my 9 to 5 job. And then our reselling is kind of our what we use to, our play money, I would say. So like for
Mhm.
vacations and then investing a lot up front. So we've actually changed our whole mindset
Yeah.
pretty recently. We were really focused on paying off the house, just so I wouldn't have to work anymore.
Mhm.
But now we're doing a lot more investing up front. So
Mhm.
it helps us, longer down the road instead of, slowly doing it along the years. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense to us.
Yeah. Yeah. So what kind of made you switch gears in that sense? What were kind of things that helped you make that decision or make that change?
yeah, so I was listening to a lot of Dave Ramsey at first.
Mhm.
And his thing is like pay off the house.
Mhm.
And my thing was I wanted to not have to work. Uh,
Mhm.
my
Outside the
9
house.
outside of the house. So I wanted to be with the family more.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, to be able to retire sooner, we kind of clicked for us that we probably should invest more up front.
Mhm.
And then you're making more on your investment than you are with the interest on your house. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To us, that when I think about it like that too, our interest rate on our house is about 4%, which is kind of high for current market rates. But if you were to invest in like the S&P 500, that on average returns 7%. So
Yeah.
it makes sense to me
Mhm.
why you're doing that. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone else because it's just a numbers game. It's more
Mhm.
about numbers than it is about psychology.
Mhm.
And that point, you
Yeah.
gotta make a purely numbers based decision.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where are you guys on your financial independence journey? You think do you guys have any defined numbers or defined goals for the how what year you want to try to retire at?
Yeah, I'd say our goals, we probably have like, I'd like to retire from my 9 to 5 in like 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
Mhm.
As far as like numbers, we're shooting for like right around like $2 million to be able to retire.
Nice.
Uh, and yeah, we're
Nice.
we're debt free except for our house. So
Mhm.
yeah, we're just working on that, investing a lot. We opened a 529 for our kids.
Mhm.
We have a Roth IRA that we put money into, and then we just started a bridge account, just like mutual
That's cool.
funds.
Okay.
So yeah, so to basically, save up for that time between when I retire from a 9 to 5 till we actually can get into our retirement accounts.
Mhm.
So we're working on that right now.
Nice.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit more about what a 529 plan? In past lives, we talked about Roth IRAs and some of the other things, but I don't think we've ever talked about a 529. What is that?
Yeah, so it's a college savings plan for your kids. It is tax free if you use it for education. So we're putting money away each month for our kids' college fund. And then I believe you can transfer it between kids. You can have like one
Mhm.
person that's dependent on it at a time. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of the main criteria, I think, is that they have to use it on education.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
can't use it for anything else.
Mhm.
Which, yeah. So it's kind of like you kind of want to balance it of like
Yeah.
how much you save in that and how much they actually will need to
They're gonna
spend and all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So depending on the different scholarships and things that they get. But yeah, it's a great way to save money for college and to lower your taxable income
Mhm.
just in general as
Mhm.
well. So
Yeah.
that money that you put into those plans, you don't have to pay taxes on.
It's great. And aside from the 529, we feel like Connor and Desiree are very much in a very similar position to us because we also have no debt and we also only have the mortgage debt. So
Mhm.
this is awesome. We
Mhm.
we are so excited to kind of just be on this journey with y'all and find like-minded people because
Okay.
following financial independence and all that, you kind of
Mhm.
sometimes are on an island because talking about finances can be
Mhm.
somewhat I don't know, discouraging because
Mhm.
not a lot of people like to. It's
Talk
a very
about it.
uncomfortable subject,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
And so it's great that you guys are thinking ahead and you
Mhm.
guys have this FI number. Ours is like I don't know, between 1.5 and 2 million.
Mhm.
So our
But-
cost of living is lower than yours probably too. So
no
in
kids,
Texas.
no kids yet,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So it will obviously change once we have kids and the number changes and things. So it
Yeah.
also you have to have that flexibility with your finances as well, that things can change and that you have to kind of be able to react and
Right.
respond to what's happening.
And for those of you who don't know about what this financial independence number we're referring to is basically you figure out what your expenses are and then you try to figure out what it would take to live off of that in the future based on
Mhm.
this FI number being invested and how much those investments are bringing in.
Mhm.
And so basically
Yeah.
you
So
multiply that
basically,
number by 40 and you get to this FI number and that will help you determine
no, by 25, right?
oh by 25, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. By 25, and that helps you get to this number. And if you have that much invested,
Mhm.
then in theory you can retire and live off of those investments. And so that's what we mean by that. Hopefully it doesn't throw anybody off.
Yeah, and the way that that number comes from is basically that the interest or the growth of that large amount, that large sum, the growth of it is enough that that's how much you're living off of,
Mhm.
and then
Like-
it essentially won't run out because it's growing at a rate faster or at the same rate that you're spending the growth.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So hopefully that's makes sense to everybody in the chat.
I don't
whoever's
know if you
listening.
guys have anything to add to that.
that was good.
Just like
Yeah, that
trying
was
to
good.
explain it. Yeah.
Van Jam's here.
Aw.
Two fake
Yay!
couples.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
Van Jam. She says, in our family, we never talked about finances. My mind has changed completely. I talk about how much I make and save and how I invest. It helps me learn more and also helps others learn. That's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think millennials in general are
Mhm.
kind of getting more into personal finance.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys have a lot of friends that you guys talk to about your finances, but we have a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a mindset switch going on right now.
Yeah.
It's not as awkward to talk about your finances with other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully, well, you're not giving them all the numbers, but
Yeah.
at least
Right.
you can talk about what a 529 plan is, and that's
Yeah.
relatable because maybe your friends have kids too, and
Mhm.
it's so important to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think when you retire, in 5 to 10 years, do you think that reselling is still going to be a part of your life, or is it going to be, I'm retired, I'm not doing any sort of work, or is there kind of like a gradual sort of plan where you're going from one to the other?
I don't think we'll ever stop reselling,
Yeah.
or at least hunting for stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
we enjoy it a lot.
yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 I think it would be hard to just totally leave it behind and like just know that there's profit out there and you don't have it, like you're not making it.
What am I missing?
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
how would I be without garage
Yeah.
selling? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
You have to find a different hobby, you have to find some way to spend your Saturday mornings, like take up cycling or something. I don't know.
Do you ever think your kids will go into the business, and are you ever worried that your 529 isn't gonna do anything because they want to do reselling full time?
I mean,
there's always that thought.
she already loves it. So like
Mhm.
on Saturday mornings, she'll wake up bright and early, like, let's go and let's find stuff and
Let's go make some money.
let's
she
go make
wants to
some
buy
money.
stuff.
Yeah, she'll buy things at the thrift store like every day. Like even when we were coming upstairs from breakfast this morning, are we going to shipping now? Like
Aw.
ready to do shipping, and she puts a little card in each box as we're doing it. And so we do everything as a family. So to her, it's a lifestyle, and she doesn't know any different.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We'll
that's so
see.
I love that.
yeah.
Hey, if you guys have any questions, please do leave them in the chat for us or for the Hoogs. We'd
Mhm.
love to answer any questions that you have.
Mhm.
Other than that, do you guys have a lot of streams of income? Do you guys focus on a lot of streams, or are you really honing in on this YouTubing and this reselling thing?
Yeah, right now it's just mainly reselling. We haven't hit our hours for YouTube, but we would
You guys are
eventually
close.
like it. Yeah,
Mhm.
we're pretty close. We're like 200 away or something like that.
Oh man, let's
Oh,
get them there.
wow.
Y'all.
Oh my gosh. We'll turn your channel on tonight and let it play on our computer.
But yeah, we would like YouTube to be a stream of income. I really enjoy it. My background from college was creative photography, so I took some video classes. I really enjoy the creating aspect of making videos. So yeah, that would be nice to be a stream of income. But right now it's just mainly eBay.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, we can definitely tell that you've got that eye and for the quality of the videos that you make. So definitely going
Yeah.
putting to good use.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever considered any other streams of income, or in the past, or anything aside from your side hustles? Do you guys ever think about real estate or any other types?
Yeah, we've talked about maybe getting a rental property or two down the road.
Mhm.
Nice.
It might be something we think about. I don't know. She's really on board for it, but
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a lot on your plates, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Idaho is like super hot right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of
market's crazy right now.
market's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking to Camilla's family and brother about it.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually, my brother and his wife, they sold their house on their wedding day and had closed on their other house like the 2 days later or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like crazy the way
That's
it works.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, with real estate, we've talked about it, but we just go back to like, I don't know. It feels risky. We don't know. We don't
Yeah.
want to risk it. We don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So it feels kind of like,
We're kind of in the mindset where like if an opportunity arises that we just absolutely can't pass it up, like we wouldn't say no, like we would look into it.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's not something we would choose to do.
yeah.
Nice.
I feel that.
Yeah, too risky for us. Too many
Yeah.
nightmare situations, too many
Right.
nightmare stories.
Yeah.
But obviously those are
Yeah.
pretty rare. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. My coworker, I have a coworker who was also pursuing FI, and she has rental properties, and she just started talking to me about them. And then she told me this crazy story about like someone died in one of her rental
Jeez.
properties and like all this stuff. And I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
never doing that. No, thank you.
That's
so
why
we're on
we're-
a pause until I can forget that story.
Yeah, that's why we're
Yeah.
going to maybe consider storage units.
Yeah.
Those are also rentals, but a
Ho-
whole different game.
Yeah. Hopefully fewer issues.
Yeah. So when you guys do finally, I guess, retire, what are your goals or plans for that? Like, let's say you do reselling only part-time. What would you want to spend the rest of your time doing?
Traveling.
Yeah.
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 Probably
You guys
do a
are
lot
big
of-
travelers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have
I mean,
a bucket
we don't
list?
do enough, but yeah.
Nice. Big old
Yeah.
bucket list of places to go.
There's a good amount.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like some
What's-
tropical stuff, we're used to the cold right now, so it'd be nice to get out on a beach or somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you think
That
your
would be
spending
fun.
would change in terms
Probably.
of?
Probably more so. I mean, if we're going on trips and stuff, then obviously we'd be eating out more than we would now, like things like that logistically. But otherwise, I don't know. We're pretty frugal. I mean, even our whole house, like everything we furnished has been stuff that we've like bought secondhand. Like everything we do is. So I think it would kind of always be like that.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
let's take a step back then. So when it comes to spending and whatnot, as you're moving or making more money or things like that, have you ever let yourself have lifestyle inflation? Or you said you've always been frugal?
Yeah, I mean, when we moved to Idaho, we definitely went up in the house as far as it's a lot bigger than the one we had in California. So, yeah, not too much. We still buy everything secondhand, basically. All of our clothes, all of our furniture.
Yeah. So what are other ways that you kind of live that frugality? What are other kind of tips or things that you have taken on to lower your expenses?
She does a lot of cooking now at home, and she'll make like a few meals a week out and stuff, and we eat leftovers and stuff. So
Nice.
it's kind of big.
All of our clothes we pretty much thrift.
Yeah, even for the kids.
Even for the kids, like their shoes, you buy $4 like Adidas and Nikes for the kids at the thrift store, like. And they've probably been worn twice, like.
Yeah.
So
babies go so fast.
We hardly go. We have like our own grocery budget, so we try not to exceed a certain amount each week.
Amazon budget.
Yeah, we have an Amazon budget. And I'm so type A that it's like I love that. Like you give me a number and I'll make sure I'm under that. Like I'll hit it. A fun challenge.
Nice. So it sounds like you guys have your budget reined in pretty well. Was it always like that when you got married, or even before you got married?
Yeah, we set a budget. We did marriage counseling before we got married, so we set a budget before we got married. And then I'd say about when I got that book from my boss, like a year later, we started to do the cash method, which we did for a while. But now we're debt free. We don't do the cash method anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, we have a spreadsheet we follow each month and try to hit those goals.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys don't do cash. Do you rack up credit card points?
Yeah, we've started a little more with credit card points. It was with the new babies, it was kind of hard to manage everything. So, but now that we're a little bit older, we're
getting ready to travel hack. You gotta get all the points you can. Might as well, if you're paying off all of your credit card debt each month in full, you might as well get those points, right? Yeah, it's one of the things that we do for our business. As a side note, I don't know if everybody does this, but I'm usually surprised when I find that people don't do it when they have an eBay business. Is that you get a business credit card, you link it, the shipping, you link it to PayPal, which then you link the PayPal to your business credit card, and you get points just for spending money on the things that you're already going to be spending money on. So you might as well get those points.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah. So aside from that, do you guys ever feel like you're ever limiting yourself, or do you when you tread that fine line of frugality?
No, I mean we still buy everything we want and need. We just like to find it secondhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we really miss out on too much. We don't go out to eat too often though. That would be.
But like I enjoy, like my challenge for myself is I try to cook one new recipe I've never cooked before each week, just to like change things up and make it different.
Yeah. Nice. I got a Traeger garage sailing this past summer, so I've been smoking lately. That's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm interested. Let me know. Tell us what the best thing you've done so far.
I did a turkey like 2 weeks ago, and that was super good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, smoked turkey is great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Wow.
Well, you have to post more on Instagram. Let us know what you're smoking.
Yeah.
In your stories, eBay addicts. Jeff says, hit the like button. Please do. Please hit the like button.
Oh my gosh.
we've got Burke from Profit Picker, and we've got Natasha, I think, over at Stylish Leads Me, and Ed, the reselling writer. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Thanks so much for coming. So
what kind of advice would you give to someone who's just starting their financial journey and like you guys did, paid off your debt? What kind of advice would you give to someone who is, trying to start to pay off debt or just starting kind of a journey in terms of being more financially minded? What sort of advice would you give?
Yeah, I would say, just jump into it. Start reading books, listening to podcasts, set out your budget, stick to your budget. It's always good to find someone to kind of, tell about it so they can hold you accountable for it.
That's what I was about to say. Like, we have each other, but like for someone who
Yeah.
doesn't, like, find a friend, someone that you can like be excited about it with, because when you have someone that you can talk to something and relate to, it makes you more motivated to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jump right in.
Yeah, that's so true. Oh yeah. Here, Ed has some advice too. Let me show it. He says, "Don't go into more debt. LOL. Kids don't help." Yeah.
Good advice. Yeah, kids can be expensive.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Have you guys had an upbringing that kind of helped you either do the reselling thing or the side hustle thing, or even with Frugality? Was that kind of in your family as you grew up, or how did that develop?
Yeah, my family, I wouldn't say Frugality, but my mom's an accountant, so she always kind of talked about, saving money and stuff, which kind of helped with my, learning how to save money and stuff. Started me off right, but yeah, I wouldn't say we weren't super frugal, but they taught me life lessons. Like, they made me buy my first car, just
Nice.
getting the, the feel for buying things and, handling money and stuff, which helped a lot, I would say.
Then with us too, like, we definitely had everything that we needed. But my mom was also so like into sewing and this and that. And so like, she definitely like instilled those skills. So it's like, oh, you want this, but maybe we don't have to buy it. Maybe we can like make something like it. And then it kind of became like a project we do together. But definitely like working hard for things and not, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely helped for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I asked that because I've always thought of, financial mindsets and all of that being very related to how you're brought up, right? The people in your life influence how you spend your money and the way you think about money and all of that. So I think it's very important that if people don't already have that right now, then they try to find people, like you mentioned earlier with accountability, that they find people that are excited about it and they can keep them, motivated to really get their financial lives in order. So, that's a great foundation that you had, because with Camilla and I, we had very different upbringings, but we kind of meet in the middle because we talk about finances pretty much every other day. It's like part of our being now, and part of our marriage that we both know where our money is and how to access it. I think that it's just so important. So I think it's great that you guys also have, a very strong financial mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I think it can be hard for a lot of people in relationships too, where like, if you don't come in with the same financial, like, I guess, attitude, or they even say like, sometimes they call them like personalities, money personalities. It can be really hard to try to find that middle ground. And I know for us, like, we talked a lot about finances before we got married, and, all of that of like how we were going to do budgeting or not do budgeting, and what kind of goals and things we had for our finances, where if you have these kind of different upbringings and different desires in terms of money, it can be kind of hard when you're in this 2-person marriage, rather than just like, I just have my own money, I decide what I want to do with it, and that's that. Yeah.
think what has helped us stay motivated is just like listening to money podcasts.
Mhm.
Staying in it constantly. Like you said, talking about it helps
Mhm.
just to stay motivated for sure.
Yeah. And I think also listening to like people's wins and, hearing different people's success stories. I mean, they, in all different aspects, reselling is the same. Like when you watch like someone sell this really cool thing, it also motivates you to sell something really, cool and to find it. And so it's the
Mhm.
same with money too, where if you're hearing these stories of success and you're hearing these stories of people coming from where you are to like where you want to be, you're like, okay, if that person can do it, so can I,
Mhm.
So seeking those stories out as well.
For sure.
Yeah. If anyone who's watching this wants people to encourage
Mhm.
them, we can be those people.
Mhm.
Who can be those people?
Yeah.
We definitely like talking about finances. That's why
Mhm.
we're the financial independence resellers, the FI Resellers.
Mhm.
But we've always wanted to encourage people to
Mhm.
enjoy just talking about finances. That's why we have a whole section of our What Sold videos dedicated to investing to get
Yeah.
people interested in investing. So it's really a big part of what we do and what we talk
Mhm.
about in our relationship.
Yeah. So with your investing, do you have kind of an investing like attitude? Like what sorts of things are you invested in? And how did you kind of choose those things?
Just in general.
Just
Nothing too
yeah,
specific.
you don't have to tell us like what stocks or
Well,
whatever,
exactly.
Yeah.
So in California, we met with a financial advisor. So he set us up with most of our investments that we were doing. We're spreading across 4 different mutual funds.
Mhm.
But yeah, we haven't met with someone in Idaho. It'd be nice to go back and revisit some of that stuff.
Mhm.
We want to get a will done, so we definitely plan to meet with an investor shortly. But yeah, definitely mutual funds. We don't really do any stocks, single stocks. So yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. So you
Yeah.
just so it was all based on that one meeting or the few meetings that you had
Yeah.
to make sure you really understood mutual funds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then the account I have through my company is pretty straightforward. I can go in and adjust stuff myself. So I picked out the few that I wanted and stick all my money in there. So
Mhm.
it's done pretty well for
Awesome.
us the past couple of years. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you guys have a plan for when things take a dip like right now, or do you guys not really track that stuff? Kind of just let it sit?
I mean, I have the app on my phone, so I see it. But yeah, it's hard not to check it. But yeah,
Yeah.
when it dips,
It is.
yeah,
It is very hard.
Yeah, I have to say I check my accounts every day and I don't do anything with them. Like I never, sell off anything, but I do check it every day just to kind of see what's up, see what's happening. Otherwise, I feel like I just wouldn't know,
Mhm.
I don't know. But that's just me. I'm compulsive like that where I'm like, I want to see how
see how
things
it's
are going.
doing.
So, yeah.
Though to be fair, it's better to not look because otherwise you kind of start panicking and all this.
Yeah.
There's this joke that goes around in the financial independence community that the people who do the best are the people who are dead because they don't get to touch any of their stuff. Like
Yeah.
the people who have passed away and their investments are still growing. It's like they do the best because they literally cannot touch it out of fear or whatever motivations that make them sell when things are going poorly, because that's really when you want to be buying, right? You want to be buying on sale if you have an opportunity to do so. And so I always think that's funny because it's statistically, I mean, the numbers are there to show that that's actually pretty true. But anyway, we've got Natasha. Sorry, Natasha. Earlier I was blanking on your name, but I think maybe that's why you say I'm so funny. Hi, Diana. Great to have you here. And Natasha says that she's a Dave Ramsey girl too. That's great. That's how you got started reselling. Hopefully, this provides some value, give you some ideas. The Hoogs, have a great strategy. It's working very well for them. Hopefully you follow us and look at our strategy too. And then we've got Abel's Treasures. Hey, Abel. We're doing well. Thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions for the Hoogs, we've got 20 minutes left, and things have really just, I don't know, went by very quickly. 40 minutes. We're going to be wrapping up, I don't know, in the next 10 minutes because we've got the final 4 coming up in 10 minutes or so. But if you have any questions, please put them in the chat for the Hoogs. So
right, the baby's crying right now, so Des is getting quiet.
okay.
Yeah, I figured.
Is she gonna bring him here?
I think I don't know, maybe.
Well, what's it been like adjusting to having kids? You know, as finances or whatever you're comfortable talking with about us, talking to us about with the transition of finances from a married couple to bringing kids into the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely changed a lot. There's a bigger part of the budget that goes towards the kids now. And yeah, you're really thinking about, their financial future. So investing in their, 529, big part of it. Yeah, their expenses, diapers are expensive.
Diapers are expensive.
Yeah, it's been an adjustment, especially with reselling as far as like time goes. Because it take a lot of our time, so we haven't had as much time on the eBay business, which has its pros and cons. But
yeah,
pretty upsetting.
They say that there are 2 ways to have more money in your bank account. You either lower your expenses or you try to make more money, right?
Yeah.
And so when you guys were trying to adjust with kids coming into the picture, did you guys do one or the other or a little bit of both?
Yeah, we definitely spent a lot more time reselling, making money on eBay for sure. Yeah, as far as that's kind of what was our main focus when we started having kids, was to make more money, obviously. But our reselling business really transformed from just like a side hobby to like an actual business, I would say, when we started having kids. So
nice. So that was about 2 years ago, right? Like 3 years
right?
ago, when you moved from California to Idaho. Did the reselling is it a little better in? Oh, hi, Michaela. Do you think reselling was better in California or now better in Idaho?
I'd say it's a lot better in Idaho. Yeah. We had some really good thrift stores for sure, but garage selling is a lot better. It's more concentrated since it's only the summertime instead of California was all year round. So I'd say we have a lot more luck with garage selling.
Idaho has a lot of community sales, so you can go to like 20 houses in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Versus California, everything was so spread out. So
yeah, that's kind of how we feel about garage sales in Houston. It's like the worst.
Yeah,
and it's hot and
too
humid.
Big. The city is too
summer.
big, so like there might be a community sale, but then the next garage sale is like 30 or 40 minutes away, and then the other one is like 40 minutes away from that, and then it's 40 minutes away from our house. So it's kind of like, well, we don't know.
Driving,
yeah. And it's 10 o'clock. It's kind of humid already in Houston. It's like,
you're sweating.
Let's just call it a day. So when we hear that everyone else goes for like 5 hours during the day, like, how do they do it? But obviously the temperature is way different.
Yeah.
Every time we're watching your garage sale videos, we always think, man, they have such good garage sales. But obviously you're showing us the best of the best. But compared to what we have, it's like, I don't know, 1,000 times better.
Yeah. Every time we go out to garage sales, we're like, I think we just wasted a morning. Like, I think it was not worth it. We should have gone somewhere else or something like that. So, yeah. But
I think too, in California, the garage sales would start at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Where here it's like 8 a.m.
Wow.
So that's a lot nicer, not having to wake up that early with the kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's way too early. I would not be able to do that.
Joe Dempsey. Hey, Joe. And it says, wow. And I complained that I have to drive 10 minutes across town.
You must live in the Northeast, huh? I feel like people in the Northeast always say, 10 minutes is so far. And everyone who lives anywhere else is like, 10 minutes right around the corner.
Yeah. Houston, I believe, is the 3rd biggest city in the U.S. It's way too big.
Yeah.
and all the communities are spread out. And we live in the suburbs, so all the areas within of the suburbs are spread out too. It's
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
But we're always envious of the Hoogs. You guys should watch all of their videos because they find
Mhm.
some really insanely
Yeah.
cool things, and you might be jealous of them, but you're also rooting for them because
Yeah.
they've got such cool things.
Yeah.
We really have found a lot of cool things this
Yeah.
past summer, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So go binge all of their videos and help them with their watch time. They're
200
so close.
Watch hours.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Your kids are so cute. We love seeing your kids in all of your videos. I
Yeah.
think you know you should bring in your dogs too, because I don't know that a lot of people know that you have dogs.
Yeah.
Make it a whole family ordeal with
Mhm.
with your YouTube.
She loves the videos. She'd be a part of everyone if she could.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's gonna be a star.
Yeah.
Hey, Michaela, tell them your cow joke.
Oh.
Tell them your joke.
Not you.
Tell them.
Not you.
No, you.
Let's go make some money.
Not you.
The other day, she came up, and she's like, Mama, why did the cow cross the road? I'm like, I don't know. Because it wanted to go to the movies.
Ah. Love it.
I don't know where she learned it from.
Yeah.
No one.
No one.
No,
No one?
it just came out of your head.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just thought of it.
Oh, smart.
That's very smart.
Well, you make sure you milk it for all that it's worth.
That's a good
That's
one.
funny.
That was
Milking the cow.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abel says he's from Nebraska. Okay, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
he asked, what part of Idaho? When he was a kid, we lived in Napa.
Maybe Nampa?
Maybe Nampa? Because that's like 20 minutes from us.
Yeah,
probably.
we're right outside of Boise. So
Nice.
Nice.
And if you guys didn't know, we got to actually meet the Hoogs.
Mhm.
It was a great meeting. We were in Boise for a weekend for a wedding, and they just happened to be like 15 or 20 minutes from the hotel we were at.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It could not have worked out any better.
Yes.
It was nice.
I drive by that hotel every day to work, and I'm like, oh, the five.
Nice.
That's where we were. Yeah.
Okay, well, if no one has any questions, we're going to go ahead and start closing this out with the final four. You guys ready for the final four questions?
I think so. He's coming back right now.
Sorry.
So the first is, what is your favorite finance related book or YouTube or podcast or even IG accounts that you follow or listen to?
Yeah, I'd say my favorite book was definitely the Total Money Makeover, only because that was kind of like the turning point for me. And I think it kind of just, symbolizes, a turning point in our journey. And we definitely, when we go garage selling, it's funny. Like, we'll find that book for like 50 cents or $1. We always pick it up, and I'll give it to somebody at my work just to see, hopefully change at least one person's, trajectory of their financial journey. So it's something we like to do with that. As far as podcast, this past couple weeks, I've been listening to Choose FI.
Oh yeah, we're huge fans of
That's
that
his
one.
fave.
That's my
He
favorite.
loves that one.
I've listened to every single one of their podcasts.
Oh, wow.
episodes.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot. They've got hundreds.
They have like 400.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on my way to work, I always listen to podcasts. It's kind of something I do. So I drive 25 minutes each way. So I'll listen to them.
Yeah. I got Camilla started on listening to Choose FI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one, but I'm not like the biggest fan. Like I don't listen to all of them. Only the ones I'm really interested in. But yeah, that podcast and so many others. I'm really picky about podcasts, especially ones that have two hosts, because there's always one host that you really like and one that you're like, you could all be on this podcast. That'd be great. And I'm not going to say who's who on the two podcasts.
I would feel like
There are people on that I'm just like, I just want to listen to one of you.
yeah.
Desiree, do you ever listen to any podcasts or anything while you're reselling or doing things?
No, most of the time I'll listen to it if I'm in the car with him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or like we drive to Utah a lot to visit some friends, so
Yeah.
we'll listen to the podcast
A
then.
lot. But on my own, no. Normally, if I'm home alone doing reselling, I have like some sort of Disney show on in the background for the kids.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, those are great. Now, when it came to the total money makeover, I've always been so interested in like the impact that Dave Ramsey has had.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that a little more and kind of like when you started kind of putting that aside and really doing your own thing?
Yeah, I'd say, the book had a lot of impact just on the way I was thinking about money. We weren't debt into some things, so it was just changing that mindset, and then getting on track to like actually invest for our future. I'd say we've kind of switched over to like our own thinking. Probably when we moved to Idaho, we started getting more serious about it. And yeah, just I don't know, just our lifestyle has changed a lot since moving. So
Yeah.
that's been a lot more of the focus lately. So it's been good for
Nice.
us.
That's awesome. Sometimes I think about Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University as kind of the starting point to someone's financial journey. And then financial independence, the FI movement, the financial independence, retire early movement, the FIRE,
Yeah.
Whatever you would call it, financial freedom. That's kind of like graduate level stuff. So,
Yeah.
I've always thought of it so fun that, some people will go from Dave Ramsey, which is great. He's done a lot of great things for a lot of people. And then, hopefully people go off and do their own thing afterward and kind of get even deeper into it. So it sounds like that's what you did. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So is there one specific reseller, like social media, YouTube, Instagram account that got you started on social or on reselling? I know that you had said
Rally Roots.
Rally Roots, but were there other ones that you kind of watched or, followed at the very beginning of your reselling?
Yeah, I'd say there's probably about 3 that we really liked in the beginning. So Rally Roots was one of them. College Picker from you guys had last
yeah.
his whole like reselling in his van was like one of our favorite series we watched. And then Bonafide Hustler, Chris, I think he's in Texas actually, but those were the 3 that we really enjoyed watching that we kind of based our business off of in the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we have so many that we like to watch, but yeah, that was
Yeah, we love that idea with Eric, the college picker, where one day maybe we'll retire early and we'll get an RV and we'll go thrifting with all of our reselling friends throughout the US and then send all of the inventory to a place like eBliss to just manage the inventory and we can just thrift the entire time.
That's great.
And vlog it or whatever and make money off of YouTube. That's kind of like the master goal,
Yeah.
But we totally love that idea. Eric, the college picker, he's paving the way in so many ways for resellers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for so long.
Yeah. Well, in that series too, I liked he had like a cargo topper, and that's where he kept all his inventory at. And then he had like a battery that he had to power his printer and his laptop, and it was just a cool setup.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. Go watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so fun.
What has been your favorite thing or category to sell? Or, maybe you can talk about the most recent thing or the highest dollar or even the coolest thing you sold.
Well, we had our biggest sale ever this year, which was a old Mac receiver, like a stereo receiver that we sold for $2,000.
Whoa.
And I think we paid $20 at a garage sale for that.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And it wasn't
All right.
So I was having it. This is before we started YouTube, which was a total bummer. But he was having an estate sale, and his garage, he had like a Bose stereo system, and I was like, "Oh, I'm interested in that." And he was talking to me about it, and then he's like, "Oh, I have a receiver in the house. Like, if you're interested." I knew nothing about this receiver. And he's like, "Oh, $20." I was like, "Oh, I'll take a chance on it." We looked it up when we got home. It was insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
That took like 3 months to sell, but that was probably our biggest sale we've had.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Cool sales, though. I sold some old Red Wing boots that were dead stock that were pretty cool this year. This guy had bought 2 pairs when he started his, construction job. He only used one, so he had this other pair in his closet for 25 years, and I found him at a garage sale. And those sold for like
That's nice.
$600, I think, $500 or $600.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Right. That's on your IG, right?
Yeah.
You guys should check that out.
Yeah.
Desiree, what about you? Do you have any memorable flips that just pop up right off the top of your head?
Like ones that you found.
I don't know. A lot of things we'll find, like I'll do like a lot of like baby rockers, things like that. Like a lot of things I find are more of the like bigger Facebook flips because I'm home now, so I'm able to do the flips during the day when he's at work. So a lot of those, finding like cargo box toppers, Thule toppers. So like if we'll do a trip to Utah, we found a cargo topper for $35 and we just sold that for $200. And that paid for like our trip to go there.
Yeah, we've been focusing a lot more on Facebook, like locally, just doing little flips like that. They're quick and they're easy, and you don't pay fees on it. So
I haven't had any. I mean, my Pendleton blanket find was huge.
Yeah.
Have you guys listed that and sold it?
Not yet.
Okay.
we're considering keeping it, but
Oh,
I don't know. We'll
Wow.
see. Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
pretty nice. Yeah.
We don't blame you.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, like I haven't had any of those like huge like Connor flips, but I've had really good, consistent big flips, which has been really motivating.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
did you ever decide to sell that Gucci, that little one that you found? Gucci cane.
Yeah, we're gonna sell it. I just haven't had time to clean it up and list it.
Yeah.
Because you bought it for like $2.
Yeah, $2 or $1, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Hey, it's far for me.
Yeah. Woohoo.
My favorite reselling couples all in one place.
Nice. Welcome.
Welcome, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh. And the last question.
Yeah. Just plug your Instagram, your YouTube, and any other kind of things that you have going that you want people to know about. You want people
TikTok.
to, find you on. Yeah. I don't know if you have a TikTok. I feel like your kids could definitely be famous on TikTok if that's something that you want. I feel like they have star potential on TikTok.
So we're the Hoogs on Instagram. Our YouTube channel, obviously we're posting a new video every week. I missed today's upload, so hopefully tomorrow or Saturday it'll get posted. We're posting. We have like 2 more garage selling videos for that, and then we'll mainly be doing thrifting videos. Maybe some more collabs. You guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
We
started
have to do a follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the follow up. I think everyone has agreed that the wives won.
Crushed
So,
Yeah.
Connor, why don't you start us off? What is the thing that you will be doing for a month?
I will be changing all of the diapers for a month.
Ooh, that is a good one. Wow.
I will be
Yeah.
cleaning the bathroom for the entire month.
Mhm.
Just it's like there's just so much clutter on our vanity. I don't know this for you guys, but
maybe
there's
TMI.
a little maybe, but there's just a lot to do, and even I feel a little overwhelmed. But we're gonna get it done, right, Connor?
Yep.
Yeah.
For our wives.
Took the
Okay.
loss.
Yeah.
Punishment.
Exactly.
And then TikTok.
Yeah, so we just started TikTok like 2 months ago.
Mhm.
So I'm just taking little clips from our YouTube videos and posting there. We've done pretty good on there. It's a lot different than YouTube and Instagram.
Mhm.
Mhm.
A lot different.
Yeah, you guys have been doing great.
Yeah.
It's been so fun following you guys and just seeing all the things that you are doing. So if all of you in the chat, or watching the replay, if you guys want some really great high quality content, you should definitely go subscribe to the Hoogs, follow them on Instagram, follow them on TikTok. They'll show, all these great clips of their kiddos. So cute. So it's a whole family thing. You should definitely go follow them. And we're going to close this out and say that next month we're going to have Brittany over at essential endeavors. Very exciting. We hope that you join us for that one and all the future ones. We hope to get a lot of other great people on this series as well.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you being here. And if you're watching the replay, we appreciate you watching the replay too. Don't forget to hit that like button for us and subscribe, because we're going to be doing this monthly, talking about more financial related things and bringing on other resellers who are just killing it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.